fried fish. To lean in order to get into the light. So, we're all stuck at home, obviously. I've been here probably just over a week, two weeks. Obviously, I'm losing all sense of reality and time. But I see this trend where I see a lot more people cooking. I see like people in group chats like, oh, I'm finally making bread. I'm finally doing this. Da, da, da. So I want to encourage that. So I wanted to do something sort of easy. Well, one thing that's sort of easy, one thing that's like slightly more advanced, but still pretty easy. But everyone, says they can do fried chicken. So I'm going to do fried fish, bitch. Here's the thing that people don't tell you about salmon. It can be rare, basically. It's kind of like the steak of the sea, because like you sort of think you have to fucking blast fish to be done. But no, you can have this thing sort of semi-pinkish in the middle, and it's going to be real good. But that's going to be pretty easy, pretty simple. I wanted to show off just a little bit more, so I've got some Brussels sprouts. So we're going to show that later once the fish is cooling. So, to start, I'm just going to get the fish out here. What we're going to do just a little bit with the fish, I'd like to marinate it just a tiny bit, because I want to get some lemon juice in there. And obviously frying, you can't exactly do juice, but you can put it in to begin. To begin. This is actually pretty convenient. I was going to do this in a bag. This is a nice little sushi-ish tray. We're just going to do it right in the fucking there. No problem. Wash your hands! As always, as everyone on the internet says, you gotta use kosher salt. It's the nicest. And salted a nice bit. Salted a good, generous bit. Ooh, okay. This was something that I was thinking about. I was debating whether we should remove the skin or not. The skin on, like, pan-fried salmon is easily the best part of it. I don't know how the fuck it's gonna work frying this whole fillet, so we're gonna get it off there. And I gotta deal with there being salt and pepper on there already while I'm cutting it, but we're gonna figure that out for ourselves. Fish. Put that over there. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Jacob, have you ever removed the skin from a fillet of fish before? Absolutely not. Poke right under there, yeah. Ooh. Also, if you think we're not fucking frying this fish skin up as a little side snack, you're a fool. Here's the good thing. I'm like kind of, not doing the greatest of jobs with this. But we're going to fucking deep fry it. Who cares? That's the best thing about deep frying food. If you fuck up cutting it, then you can just fucking cover it in batter or breadcrumbs or whatever the hell. Slap that fucker in some hot oil, and it doesn't matter. No one can see those things. There's a term Adam Savage uses when he's talking about building props and stuff. Calls it hiding your crimes. So we're gonna hide our crimes with this fucking fish. I didn't anticipate that actually working. I was a little scared. Ooh. Okay, so we're kind of butchering the fish here. So, shit happens. We're gonna have a little fish nugget. Okay, give me a second to think through this. Okay, so we're just gonna go to plan B and reduce the size of our main thing of fish. You know what? Here, plan C. 2 fillets. Okay, so now we got our fucking McDonald's family Happy Meal of fish, and we're just gonna fucking fry it up like no problem. In case you're wondering, I live in New York City and I have applied for jobs at Bon Appetit. They haven't gotten back to me, which means that at the same time as I haven't been accepted, I haven't been turned down either. So, if any of the staff is watching this, please send this directly to Adam Rappaport as my application. Now, here's the best thing about these tiny little nugs. I just season the fuck out of this fish, and there's all these bits of salt and pep on this side, so you're just going to rub that board. Just rub that board. Get all that seasoning up in those nugs, rub that board. I'm not making a rub your wood joke. I'm not doing it. If you have not experienced the delight of pan-fried fish skin, I'm not going to say you're missing out, but, if you're like, ugh, I don't like fish skin, stop being a baby, become an adult, you're 25 years old, eat some fish skin. It's good for you. It makes you well. So, now that we've got some stuff going on, by the way, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm putting on here, it's because there's, my hood, and this is where the good light is. Hey, how's it going? So, so now what we're going to do, we got a little bit of a setup here. I'm going to move the camera. So over here, we've got some flour, just some basic flour. We got some panko breadcrumbs, and we've got 2 eggs as well as some oat milk blended together because I don't have regular milk because I'm a millennial. Here's the thing. We're not just going to put some basic ass flour, not even just salt and pep. We got to season this shit, so come over here. You can't move, you're a camera. You have no legs. Oh! I forgot the most important step. Fuck, where is it? Hold on, I'll be right back! Okay, I'm back. Most important step. Sustenance. Do not cook on an empty stomach or a dry gullet. It's good, that cap just went into the flour. Where'd I put that tray? Okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself. I have ADHD, I can't think straight. So, we're gonna start this marinade and then we're gonna get the fish sitting and then I'm gonna need to fucking bend my knees. Hi, I'm 5'2". No, I'm actually kidding. So, I say so a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze the lemon over here, but I have options. So I have this kind of thing. This is basically just a thing where you squeeze the lemon squeeze the lemon on here, and then it's just going to collect the juices in here, and it's just going to be good. Then we have this fucking thing. I hate this thing. Not even going to talk about it. Then there's the third option, which is if you're lazy and you like your hand smelling like lemon, which is just to squeeze over your hand to catch the seeds and get the lemon down in there. So that's what we're going to do. That was a fun noise. We're going to use the whole lemon because that just feels right. If I was smart, I would have zested this lemon because the zest is going to come in a moment. But I'm not smart. Just the way it is. Now, what we're going to put in that flour right there? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so obviously in the flour, we're obviously going to put salt and pep. So let's do that. I'm not going to put out any measurements or anything like that because I'm not a good teacher. No, because like this is one of those things where it's all to taste and it's all just by sort of like your gut feeling. I cook like a grandma. I'm just like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We'll make it work. So we're just going to do it like that. Other than that, what are we going to put in here? So as you saw, we're going to do the lemon. One more again, take that back. We're going to use the lime as the base flavor for our salmon. I'm going to go for a sort of lemon dill vibe. So obviously, we're going to slap some dill in there. Now, I highly advise that you use fresh dill. There are few greater pleasures in this world than the taste of fresh dill. The store didn't have any because life is fucked, so we're just going to use the dried stuff. Just fuck that up there, bud. Just get that fucking loaded with dill. That may seem like a lot of dill, but that's the amount we need. I yell when I'm bored. And we're going to slap some garlic powder in there. Just an amount of garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder in there. A slightly lesser amount. Now, are we done? No, we're fucking not! Because I like to have a little bit of heat in things. We're going to have heat later, but I want to have some heat with the fish as well. So I have this shit here, which is Aleppo-style chili flakes. I've heard of, like, Aleppo or things like that in Bon Appetit videos and things like that. I don't know what it is, but this looks to me like... here, I'll do it on the better camera. This looks to me like it's basically just the dried chili itself with none of the seeds. And I like that, so we're going to use it. Not a ton, just a fine dusting of it. I want pockets. I don't want this to be a spicy fried fish. I want the spice to be a layer in there to just make it sort of warm. You know, like your grandma giving you a kiss on the cheek, pulls your cheek, says, shine upon him, beautiful boy. Give you a little bit of spice in your life. And we're just going to mix all that in. See, now that looked like a lot of dill, but as you can see, that is perfectly integrated into the fleur. And that's what you want. Here! Oh, the final ingredient. I'm a fool. I'm a goddamn buffoon. What flavors go beautifully well together? Lemon and dill are best friends. Best friends. But who's their third friend that comes along for ice cream? Fucking rosemary. Vague call out post for my grocery store. Their herb containers suck. So we're going to take that much. You know. I run out of space on my camera. So I guess that shot's done. Alright, cool. Shit. Of course. I'm gonna be right back. Here's a little quick intermission while I delete some stuff on my camera. What am I? Rosemary is what a herb. Try that. Rosemary is an herb that I actually really like. I love thyme and sage and other things. Sage is similar to rosemary in having this perk. In that, as you can see, these leaves are really easy to pick off the stems. I love the flavor of thyme, but it's really fucking annoying to deal with. My least favorite thing is fucking scraping the leaves off the thyme. I can't stand it, so I just generally just eat the stem as well. I don't care. It's fiber. It makes you well. If I could just smell like fresh rosemary all the time, I would be a happy man. So what we're gonna do here, partner, we're just gonna give it a chippy chop. Ain't nothing fancy, just want it nice and finely diced. You know how we do. And just toss it in. That's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna flip the fish. You can't see it. I could be doing anything. I'm on the other side of the world. Now, since we got this panko here, we should probably do a little bit of something to that. I don't want to put too much salt or like things that are gonna like really make it too salty in here. So I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt, pinch of pep, and that's it. Just a pretty simple thing, you know? Oh! Remember when I said I can't think straight? I forgot yet another secret ingredient in the fleur. What is this? Where the fuck is this? It's in the dishes. Did I do all the dishes in anticipation for showing off my kitchen? Maybe. Go fuck yourself. There's lots of discourse on how best to zest the citrus fruits. And I really don't give a shit, so I just do it. Fuck. There's still not enough space on the card. Well, we tried. So anyways, zest your lemons. Everything's fine. How low can I get with this shot? There we go. There we go. Now you can sort of see what I'm doing, but now I have to really fucking bend down. We're doing it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. You gotta beat the shit out of your grater because, as you can see, it likes to cling onto there. So you gotta just fucking smash that like button. Well, good thing we're done with that. Okay, and mix the zest in. I suppose you could, if that's all you had, you could probably use like lemon pepper seasoning or whatever to do that shit, but like, I don't want to be a food snob, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright. I think we're good to go. We're going to use a little non-stick here. This is made out of Smurfs, and it's Teflon free because I like not having diseases. So now here's my little tip to you, children. When you are using olive oil or butter or things that burn or smoke pretty easily, I prefer to always cut them with vegetable oil. Now what that's going to do for the olive oil, it's going to just simply prevent it from smoking easily because the vegetable oil has a higher smoke point, aka the temperature at which it starts to smoke, than olive oil. And as for the butter, what happens with the butter is that the milk solids in the butter itself, the shit that's not just the butter, those are just going to burn, and those are just going to not be great. That's like when you go to make eggs and you leave the butter burning, and then it's just like, oh, it's all brown, it's gross. That's what's happening. So I always cut that with the vegetable oil, and then it becomes nice. So we're going to do that here. Should I use butter as well? Let's do it. I got the last of this little Irish butter, so we're just going to chuck that in there, because we like to live luxuriously. What's that like to live deliciously? Then we're going to throw... Oh, actually, that's a lot of butter. What's that like to live deliciously? We're going to throw some of the butter we have in there. I wash my hands, I can touch it, it's fine! Okay, so we're just going to get that a-heating. I'm going to put this salmon skin aside just because I don't think we're going to be able to fit everything in there, and I want to be able to have everything have room. I don't know the science behind it, but basically when you crowd the pan, it just means things don't brown as easily because I guess there's more moisture or steam going on, so we're not going to do that. So I'm just gonna put the skin. I'm just gonna leave the skin in there. That's all it's gonna do. It's all it's gonna you know. All right, so that's looking good. Looking hot. Here, come down. Come down. Join me. Join me. Come to my kitchen. So now we're just gonna start preparing. So we've got the fleur. I'm gonna lower the heat so it's nice and quiet. So as you can see, those milk fats are doing their thing. So, gonna get that in there. I just got flour all over my counter. Egg in there. I'm not doing the Alton Brown advised wet hand, dry hand method. But, you know, I like to live on the edge. I'm a bad boy. Now, also, why am I using panko breadcrumbs, you ask? That's because that's gonna make it good and crispy. End of discussion. Voila! We can bring the heat up just a smidge. Just a smidge! And there you go. And now we wait. I'm gonna get down on my knees. See how we're doing. What's she saying? What's she saying? I can't hear her. So how's your day going? Yeah, that's cool. So this is the time where you can really get to know your audience, you know? Say I'm a theater performer, so I'm used to like being like, hey, we're stalling, so let's just chat. So, do you like skiing? I don't. You do? Oh, that's cool. Live your life. I need a spatula. Got a spatula. So, yeah, skiing. It's cool. I'm going to give this man a flipperoo because I feel. You see that? Hoo-yah! It's like, why do we even pretend I'm not the best, you know? See, now again, as I was saying way back when, you could go and futz with this and think about like, oh, what's the temperatures and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to worry about it. Salmon is very forgiving as long as you don't just like way overcook it. That just comes with practice, I guess. And in terms, well, you could probably like do the kind of temperature shit to make sure you don't overcook it. But I'm just going to feel it out. I'm just going to like see once it's nice and golden crispy, I'm sure it'll be nice and fine inside. Because that's the benefit of having things fried like this, is that it retains. It stays inside. It's good. Here, as long as we're waiting, I might as well talk about this shirt. This is actually my grandpa's shirt. We called him Zadie, Yiddish for grandpa. I don't drink, so I have no idea why I would bother wearing... Well, I mean, it's sentimental. It's my family. But, yeah, I just walk around wearing a Jack Daniels shirt in Hebrew. I don't drink alcohol and I don't speak Hebrew. I learned one sentence of Yiddish. My grandma taught me one sentence of Yiddish. I can barely speak English. And that sentence is, Wachsen sollst du wie Zwiebeln mit den Kopf dreht. So, go over to Williamsburg and use that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mama mia. Oh, hot diggity, we're looking juicy. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but this is so goddamn crispy. It's sending chills down my spine. Woo! Straight down my spine. I just spat everywhere. You didn't see that, because you're a shitty Mac camera. You don't see shit. I am going to take these nugs straight out. Now, you can't see it, but right off to the side over here, I've got a little drying area. I've got a nice wire rack over here with towels underneath it. That's what you want to make your stuff nice and crispy once it's dried. Once it's cooled. Because you could technically do it where you just had like paper towels and stuff under there. Go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Get yourself some good shit. Oh yeah. Look at that, Chief. Look at that. Just look. Holy shit. So we're just going to crisp that up. Now, obviously, I'm going to leave the heat. I would normally turn the heat off at this point. We're already good. But I'm going to crisp up that skin. Don't you even think I forgot about that. That smells so fucking good. Alrighty. And we don't need to worry about what's going on down there now. Alright, so now, while that's crisping away, let's talk sprouts. So, you could do sprouts. I feel like sprouts get a bad rap. Sprouts are fucking delicious when you cook them right. You don't fucking boil them or shit like that. It's gonna be mushy, it's gonna be bad. So, you can do lots of different things with these kind of guys. You can roast them, you can do all different sorts of stuff. What we're gonna do is just pan fry them, just like chop them up bit by bit, and we're gonna saute them. I'm gonna put some B-roll over here of me doing that. Let's see how it looks. Wow. So, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to get started on prep for the sprouts. We're going to do that over here in our cast iron. Our best friend. Oh my God. Just look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. That's what makes Daddy happy. We're not just going to do sprouts. If it was just sprouts, it'd be fine. But we're going to add some fun in there. We're going to add some onion. We're going to add some pepe. The pepes make you well. Big man. Here's a little tip. Get one of these. Makes you feel fancy as fuck. And it's a good way to make sure you can actually cut shit. Useful. A dull knife is 10 times more dangerous in the kitchen than a sharp knife. Just remember that, kids. That skin. Oh my God. The smell of crispy, pan-fried fish skin warms the soul. Warms the cockles. You know, the cockles. Ready for water confetti in 3, 2, 1? So, finally, let's get into the sprouts while the fish cools. So we're just going to cut that bad boy in half. Here, come join me. So we're going to cut that bad boy in half. Cut the heads off as best you can. And then all this shit can go away. I like to, when I'm cooking, here's just a little fun tip. Yeah, I don't want to keep going back to the fucking trash over there. It's all the way over there. It's a mile away. So I get a little bowl for trash. We're going to use just this one medium. Is this a medium or a large onion? Here, put it back. Put it back together. No one would ever know. Just put that in the field and everyone's going to be like, oh, look, onion. It's broken. I'm just going to use the one. That's what I was trying to say. I'm having fun. I'm not going to talk onion chopping too much because there's a bajillion videos online of people chopping onions way better than I could ever dream of. But I'm doing that, you know, where it's just like beep, 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 beep. I could be a fucking teacher. Now realizing, actually, you know what? Remember what I said about the trash bowl? Fuck it, because I want an onion bowl more so. Yeah. Now, typically what you should probably do is get everything chopped and prepped ahead of time. But I'm an impatient fucker, so I'm going to start in stages. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. So we're going to get this pan going. Little veggie. Little olive. Little heat in there. Little fuego. Now, while that's heating up, I'm just going to say we're not going to add just the fresh peppers. I want to add something a little bit deeper, a little richer. So we're going to throw in some chilies with adobo. Get that sauce in there. Oh, and we're going to make this semi-sweet with a little secret ingredient there. I'm not going to tell you about it just yet. You got to wait. You want your dessert before you finish your entree? Fuck you. In there. Oh, yeah. That's the sound you want to hear. We're going to get these peppers going. Use some gloves when you're chopping your peppers so that you don't, touch your face, touch your dick, get hot dick. You don't want hot dick. You want a hot dick, but you don't want hot dick. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to get too hot while I'm doing this, so I'm going to turn the heat right down so that those just sweat through. You don't want them caramelizing just yet. You take it and go straight past Caramel City They're gonna fucking burn! Just gonna get in there, just gonna rip the heart out like the fucking monster that you are. And there you go. Do we want to put the seeds in there? I think we do. I think we're just gonna... Nah. Whatever seeds get left in there is fine, but I'm gonna, once again, do a little kalima. Now we're just gonna slicey dicey this pretty simply. And we're just gonna go. Woo. That boy's gonna be a fucking Olympic gymnast. Stir your fucking nose. See, like, look at all this. People say, like, you sweat the vegetables. Look at all this steam coming off. A lot of vegetables, including onions, actually have a lot of moisture in there. Just gonna pat that off. So, like, if you were doing something like latkes, you would, like, get the potatoes and onions in there and squeeze the liquids out because there's a lot of liquids in there. And you could just fucking get a facial with that shit. Like a makeup facial, now things are starting to happen. The onions, they're soft, they're beautiful. Let's get everyone in. The sprouts. Le pepe. Now we're just going to give that a cursory mix. If you think that's all we're putting in here, you're a fool. There's one very crucial ingredient that we've forgotten. Give me a fucking drum roll, because it's garlic, bitch! We're just going to get the fucking garlic in there. Because garlic, let me hear it, say it with me, kids, garlic makes you well. Now, again, another point of contention. There's a lot of debate surrounding the chopping and skinning of garlic. There's lots of methods you can find. This is not the best garlic, so it's actually pretty soft. So I can just, like, wiggle that a little bit, and it just jumps out of its skin. So I'm just going to do that. I found like methods where it's like the jar, you get a mason jar or something, and you just shake the dickens out of it. That does work, but at two costs. For one, it takes a lot of shaking. Like, you have to, like, shake it like your fucking, like your life depends upon it. Secondly, in the process of doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to bruise the fuck out of your garlic, and it's going to be really sticky because of all that Allison. BA fans now. Anyways, so it's going to end up sticking a lot of this to it, making the peeling harder. So just fucking smash it or just work it. And for my purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and use a garlic press. Here it is. Because I'm a lazy motherfucker. And it works in this process. But here's a little piece of advice I'm going to give you. Get yourself a little paring knife, little boy. Get the garlic in there. Oh yeah. Get that off of there. Now, are we done? Are we fucking done? No, we're not! Just look at that. That is garlic that you're just wasting. So fucking get in there with either a finger or a knife. Peel that down and look. Look at all that garlic you could have wasted. Look at all that garlic that would have gone straight into the trash rather than in the pan where it belongs. You could do that multiple times, but I'm going to stop right there. But don't waste your fucking garlic. So now we're just going to let this go for a little bit. But let's think about seasonings. Because we've got a pretty good base in here. So we're not going to go terribly crazy. Oh, I almost forgot the adobo. Never mind, we're not done yet. Alright, so there's some jus in there. Is there jus? There's no jus. So we're just going to get some chili in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. Ooh, mama. Do I dare? Oh my fucking god. That is so good. I'll leave that there for now. I'm just going to use, fuck it. Fuck it! We're using two! That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Chilies and adobo is one of the greatest gifts to mankind. I'm not wearing gloves. I don't care. We're doing it live. Chilies and adobo is one of the greatest fucking gifts to mankind. It is so deep and smoky. and just fucking delicious. Get some chilies and adobo, and it will make anything better. Chicken, pork, sprouts, beef, tofu, I don't fucking care. Just get these some adobo, and thank me later. So, there we go. Oh my god, if you could fucking smell that. I'm gonna wash my hands! Because you do not want hot dick! Alright. Now, it's looking good. We're going to get to the spices real soon. I'm probably going to keep it simple. Little cumin, little garlic powder. That's all we need. But, we've got some secret ingredients. This, my friend, is the key to good sprouts. Hot honey, bitch. That's what you want. So first we're going to start with a little pep. Good bit of pep. Actually, you know what? We're going to live large. We've got some pink peppercorns. I love this shit. It's berries. It's not actually peppercorns. It's berries that have been dried, have a sort of peppercorn-y taste, but God, they are just so, fruity, because they're berries. And it's a lovely thing to add to shit like that, so we're going to. This is a shitty grinder, but pink peppercorns grind pretty easily, so this works just fine. Garlic. Cookin. Oh man, you can immediately smell that cumin when it gets in there. It's beautiful. Just write that down. So now we're getting some fucking barbecue vibes going. If you like barbecue vibes, you're gonna like these sprouts. Look at the fucking color of this shit. I mean, this is what makes you well. Now, ooh, live a little large. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Daddy like you. Now let's do Chris Morocco Proud. Get a little taste. What is it? Ooh. Oh my god, I needed that lemon. That is so fucking good. Hot dog, that is good. Okay. I think we're getting there. That's pretty good texture. I don't know, the deal with, overcooking Brussels sprouts, but that's mighty fine right there. So I'm going to just turn the heat off now. Actually, I'm going to leave the heat on for a little bit, because I want caramelization to happen. So we're going to get that honey in there. And it's going to be beautiful. Fuck it, I'm just going to use the same spoon. This is my honey. I live alone. I don't care. Judge me if you want. Oh, yeah. Ooh, you know what? We're doubling up on the honey, bitch. You know why? I'll tell you in a moment. So again, all Bon Appetit fans will know this, but you got to ferment garlic in honey and have that on your counter at all times. I can't emphasize enough how useful it is in so many ways, and this is one. Just gonna get in there. Brad says you can eat the garlic. I do occasionally, but you're going to see the garlic and the honey ends up being so liquidy and soupy, you can just pour it out. And I think this is a precise moment for its application. Na zdrowie. We got a winner! It's time to plate up. We got our nice and warm fish. You know, here. So that we can get a full experience of tasting everything first. Here's the fish. Oh my god. That is so fucking good. I'm not even fucking playing for the camera. That is so good. Wait, here. Get the fucking microphone in here. Listen to this crunch. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, I've done wonderful things. I need to take a minute. That was so good. Salmon is so beautiful, and that was such an amazing experience I just had. It was so crispy on the outside, and pillowy and soft and moist on the inside. Alright, I'm good. This is what we call in the business a rustic meal. Ain't nothing fancy. Ain't no goujons or jus or whatever. Just good fucking honest food. I will top it all with another squeeze of lemon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fucking Christ. I am not a cameraman, but I can cook some fucking food. Look at that. Video's over. I need to fucking eat. I look, exactly enough cooking juice. You're welcome. One casualty, the skin didn't get quite crispy, but. Alright. Bye, I need to fucking eat this amazing food. Go cook.